Thanks, and very pleased to be joined by the head coach of the Big Ten champion, Ohio State Buckeyes, Urban Meyer. Coach, we're going to ask you a lot of questions that I'm sure no one has asked you already tonight. For instance, what can you say about the performance of J.T. Barrett?
Well, there's very few people. I've had a couple. You know, Tim Tebow comes to mind. John Simon comes to mind. And those guys are the toughest guys. They don't feel pain. And J.T. Barrett, when his knee locked up against our rivals, and they told me they're going to have to get an MRI on Saturday night and then Sunday going to go in and scope it. They said 50-50 at best. And I, deep in my heart, I said, okay. And I walked away and said, well, that means 80% chance he's going to play because JT's not normal.
At what point did you realize not only that he was going to play, but that you'd be able to follow the same game plan that you always follow, which from what we watched, I mean, maybe there was something we missed, but it seemed like this was just what you do, right?
Yeah. Our trainer, did a phenomenal job, and they just kept every week, every day we met, and the whole thing was if it swelled. If it swelled, then it's going to probably not look good. And Monday or Tuesday, no swelling. He was in at least 15 hours a day with our trainer, I mean nonstop. And then Wednesday, we went out and let him throw Pascal, and then Thursday, he got the green light, and that's when I knew that. And the one thing about it, the cartilage issue, it's not a structural issue. It's not a ligament or you're putting a player in harm's way. And the one thing about J.T. Barrett is, you know, he's different than Dwayne. You know, when he's in there, one of his best thing is the RPOs, to be able to run, and then that's the element that makes him such a great player.
So did you go in thinking you'd be able to use him just like
on Thursday?
Injured?
On Thursday, yeah, on Thursday, because, you know, then you have to make a decision. If he can't run, do you go with the other guy? Right. And that's something that we were getting ready to make that decision. But once again, what other people say, and then what Coach Mick Marotti said, and our Stu, wow, it's going to be a long shot. But all I need to know is there a shot? Because I know he's going to make it.
Well, your offensive line really stepped up today, and you talked about it yesterday, just how much they had improved, and
yeah,
it really showed today with J.K. really stepping up and hitting those explosive plays from the running back position.
Yeah, we ran for almost 250 yards on them. They were playing. They were putting the ball in JT's hands. You know, it's something called zero hole coverage, and that hurt them early in the game when we had a couple shots. Because one thing about zero hole, if you break a tackle like Parrish did, it's out.
No in the front ball.
And then same with Terry McLaurin got behind the defense, and we were behind the defense a couple of the times, just didn't hit them, or we didn't catch the ball. And I thought they had a good game plan against us, but. You know, if there's a lot of yards left, especially in the second half on that field.
So how has the offensive line improved? You again, what you mentioned it yesterday too. I mean, they just matured, or was it something
you know, the offensive line room used to be our best room, and it kind of got away from us. You know, we had some mistakes made in recruiting. We weren't performing at a level that we should play at. And if you remember, our first 3 years, we had the best line in the conference. And then it started to dip. Last year, we did not have a good offensive line. And this year, I give Billy, obviously Greg Studrawa, Billy Price, and I thought Kevin Wilson did a great job. They became tougher. They became more cohesive. And you know as well as anybody, you want to have a great team, have a great offensive line. And we had a great offensive line this year.
You had a great defensive game plan today, too. Really made the Badgers one-dimensional, and a lot of it started up front with that defensive line really getting penetration and reestablishing the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, we worked really hard at tackling, too. This back is very good at breaking tackles, and like you said, the defensive line was dominant. They controlled the line of scrimmage. We don't turn the ball over twice, and you know, I don't want to get into all that. Let's just celebrate the win. There'll be time for me to get after some people tomorrow.
We're not the right guys to get after here. But we're all celebrating together, right? Yeah, well, yeah. It probably was. Some of it was his fault. A couple of those turnovers.
My fault.
Yeah, definitely, no doubt.
No, that's not fine. I'm fine with that.
How did you get this team back from where you were at Iowa to where you are right now?
Billy Price, you know, I got to give him so much credit. You know, he's a legend, man. He's a guy that took over that locker room. That was a bad day. And he took over the locker room and kind of chewed into people, laid into people, and then continued all the way through. And we played our best game, arguably, against Michigan State that next week. And then he played Illinois and played well, and then spotted, you know, our rival. That was a tough game on the road as well. So there were some great things that happened. But Billy Price is he's the man's man. And he wanted to own it, and he held people accountable, and so let's go get us a ring.
We'll let you go here in a second, but I do want to ask you the one other question I'm sure you haven't been asked tonight. State your case for the playoff.
Say my case, we had 2 wins over top 4 opponents. I don't think anyone in college football has done that this year. I don't know that for sure. That's fair. I don't know if we've ever done that before. But 2 wins against top 4 teams, 48-3 win over a 12th ranked team in America, and conference championship, arguably one of the best, if not the best conference in America. Quality wins and conference champs.
The only man ever to win 11 games in 6 straight years of the Big Ten. In fact, no one else had done it in 5 straight years. So you just one-upped yourself. Urban Meyer, congratulations on a great year and another Big Ten championship.
Thank you.
Let's go back to Chicago.